Candice Bass-Robinson, lovely runners on the day, starts off with a 3 in the race 1. Candice, you've got the lovely Charleston with Aldo up, 2 runs and 2 places.
Yeah, she's both her runs have been pretty consistent. She's a fast filly. Vicky, looks like she's quite an early type. Probably ability-wise, out of my 3, I think Gareth's filly Strata has probably got the most ability and might just be a little bit green first time out. She's a filly that shows quite a bit at home, but you never know with their first runs. Charleston has got exposed form. She doesn't show a huge amount in the sand at home, but her 2 runs have been pretty good. Obviously, always hard with juveniles. If she's, given them, she's made the improvement that she needs to make, she'll have a chance again. As I say, Strata's a nice filly. And then Peace Frog, also a good run from her first time out. I just basically threw her in there, so she needed a run. She got a bit tired the last part, but up until then she ran a fairly decent race, and she seems to have come on from that. So, yeah, nice runs from all of them, I would think, but always tough, as I say, in the juvenile races as to what you're taking on.
Race 2, Anna Karenina, you've got Gareth aboard.
Yeah, she's not the soundest of fillies, Vicky. She's quite tricky. Also, distance-wise, I'm not quite sure what her best trip will be. So she's got improving to do on her last few runs. I think she might be a filly that will prefer the ground a little bit on the softer side, so I can't expect too much.
Race 3, Jack Ryan, are you looking for him to improve?
Yeah, he ran that one race, which was, a decent race, and then I put him over an 1800, which I think was too far for him. So back over a mile. He needs things to go his way in the race, and he needs the field to be weak enough. But he's fit and well at home, and as I say, if all those things are in place, then he could be competitive.
Race 4, the 2 fillies going the mile. First, then Royal Invitation. The blinkers seem to have done the trick.
Yeah, she ran a good race post-maiden. Was in a much smaller field today. On Saturday, obviously, it's quite a big field, so she might be a little bit lost in that field. She's not always the easiest in the early part of the race. She's still very green, and she runs in snatches. The blinkers have helped a bit, but let's hope that she's gotten better as to the first part of the race early on. But yeah, she's a filly that I think that will later on want 2,000 metres. It's quite an open race this time around, so she could have a money chance.
Defining moment, drawn a bit wide.
Yeah, she doesn't really seem to crack a draw, and she hasn't raced for quite some time now. She had to go and get repassed at the track, so she's always doing quite nicely at home. But I think she might, from that draw, and she might just need her run back after such a long time. Well, it's not that long, but for her, a pretty long time off the track.
Race 5, Sundays, really consistent sort.
Yeah, he's ultra consistent. He's a lovely little horse to train. He's uncomplicated. He always looks well. He's always doing well. I had him in a couple of races, and I ummed and ahed about where to run him, so I ended up running him here. It's also quite a competitive race, but he's quite nicely weighted. So he certainly must be competitive off those weights.
Barcelona, it hasn't quite been at his best.
He's always been running on. He's been a little unlucky in 1 or 2 of his starts. I think the 1,000 last time was a bit too quick for him. He didn't have the pace to go with him early on, and he had quite a lot of ground to make up. So possibly better over this trip. Similar sort of field to last time, barring a couple of the more better horses that are not in the field this time around. So he took that last run well. So I'm hoping that he can be competitive on Saturday.
You're represented by Narina Trogan in the Politician Stakes. A good run last time.
Yeah, he ran on very nicely last time, Vicky. He never gets a draw, and he's always at the back of the field running on. Again, we've drawn 7, so he's not got the best of draws, but I think I tried to get him a little bit handier than what he has been. I think he should get the trip, and he's very much an improving little horse. As I say, he runs on strongly every time, so hoping, obviously, at my command, and, Justin's Rockpool, look, tough horses to oppose, but there's no reason why he couldn't finish in the money.
Race 8, over to you. He goes to 1800, but also gets a bit further.
Well, he gets quite a bit further, but I just can't find a race for him. Every time there's a 2-4 that's been put on, the race ends up getting cancelled. So he ends up running in races that, either too short for him or not quite the right type of race for him. So again, we're in a distance short of our best in a fairly big field. So tough call for him again. He's got a big weight to carry as well, so difficult race for him, but he's an honest little horse. Last time out he had way too much ground to make up in a slow run race, so hoping for a better run.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wishing Candice all the best come Saturday. Some nice runners, so keep an eye on them.